A very warm wishing to all of the students who are watching this video. I hope each and every students are staying at their homes and following the rules of COVID-19. So stay at home and be safe and learn from the videos so that your education can go on continue. So today we are going to learn the chemistry part from science 1, and from that we are taking the chapter measurement of matter. Measurement of matter. So before going into the chapter, we should somewhere know what is the matter. In your book it is given directly from the law of chemical combinations, but I thought that you should somewhere study what means matter, and from there only, when you are starting the basics and you are getting the basic concept clear, you will move forward. Okay, so what is a matter? Anything which occupies space and has mass is called matter. See students, what here it says, anything which has matter and anything which occupies space and has mass is called matter. See, this is the adapter. This is the adapter, and it has a length, it has a width, and it has a somewhat depth also. It has occupied some space. It has occupied some space. The screen through which you are learning, it has also occupied some space here. It has also occupied somewhat space. Now classification of matter is done on the basis of physical properties and chemical properties. Physical properties and chemical properties. Matter is made of tiny particles, ज्याला आपण कण म्हणतो, which we can say कण. Matter is made of particles, and these particles are such a small things that they are not visible to us under the naked eye, means directly we cannot see it, or under the high resolution microscope also we can't observe it. So the particles which make up the matter are atoms or molecules. The particles which make up matter are atoms or molecules, and the particles which combine together, they form atoms or molecules. Okay, now let's move to next slide. Here we will be learning the characteristics of particles of matter. Characteristics of particles of matter. Now there are the four characteristics. The particles of matter are very small. First only I have said that particles are very small. Now what is a matter? Matter can be sugar, sand, silver, steel, air, water. What we can say with the five elements also: air, earth, fire, sky, and water. Means Vayu, Prithvi, Agni, Akash, Jal. These are also nothing but matter. And somewhere the things which are occupying space, कोई भी चीज जो अपनी जगह ले रही है, उसे मैटर हम बोल सकते हैं. And a matter is made up of very tiny small particles. The particles are not visible to us. The particles of matter have spaces between them. The particles of matter have spaces between them. Example, dissolving of a sugar in water. Now you can see here a beaker is taken. In that 100 ml water is taken and 50 gram sugar is taken. In that you are adding the sugar and stirring it. What you are doing? You are stirring it, and after stirring with glass rod or a spoon, the sugar gets disappeared. Sugar गायब हो जाती है. Sugar gets actually dissolved in the water. Sugar actually gets dissolved in the water. So it forms a sugar solution. So it forms a sugar solution. Now actually what happens in this? Sugar is a solid and water is a liquid. Liquid molecules has some spaces between it. It has some voids, or we can say spaces between them. And the molecules of sugar, when we stir it, the crystals of sugar gets broken into small particles, and that particles get merged or mixed with the particles of water, and in this way the sugar is dissolved in the water. But when you are making lemon juice, sharbat, you may observe that the sugar does not get easily dissolved. You have to stir continuously. When you are dissolving a sugar in plain water, it gets dissolved easily. But when you are dissolving a sugar in lemon juice or sharbat, it takes time, because what happens when the space which is first only occupied by the particles of lemon juice, and there is less space remaining for the sugar. So it takes time for the sugar particles to get in between the particles of lemon juice and water. Now let's move to the third point. What does the third point say? The particles of matter are constantly moving. The particles of matter are constantly moving. Around you, air is there, and in air there are also some particles moving. Example, we can see fragrance of an incense stick. Fragrance of an incense stick. When you burn an incense stick, the smoke comes out and it gives some fragrance to you, and that fragrance spread all over the room, and from which you get good smell and good fragrance. This what happens, actually the burning causes the smoke, and the smoke get diffuses in the air. Now the fourth characteristic says that the particles of matter attract each other. Example, breaking of a chalk, ice cube, iron nail. The particles of matter attract each other. The chalk is binded with the particles, somewhere it is attracted, so it is a piece of chalk, and we can break because the force of attraction between the particles of chalk is less. Whereas in iron nail, the forces of attraction is much more, that you cannot break it easily. So the forces of attraction also vary from matter to matter. So these were the characteristics of particles of matter. The particles of matter are very small. The particles of matter have spaces between them. Example, dissolving of sugar. The particles of matter are constantly moving. The particles of matter attract each other. See, the particles attraction is shown here. This is the model of chrome alum crystal showing the arrangement of particles in it. These particles attract one another with a large force. This is the figure of a particles, how they are attracted towards each other. Now, if somehow we could go on dividing matter, say as a golden brick, if we break it into smaller and smaller particles, and at last you will reach a fine small particle. See, from big brick you are making those pieces, and at last you are getting a fine small particle, and further you cannot divide it, and this smallest particle of matter will be atom or परमाणु. परमाणु हम जिसे कहते हैं ना हिंदी में, it will be atom or परमाणु. Smallest particle is called atom. Now classification of matter. It is classified, physical classification. This is a physical classification. Solids, liquids, and gases. Now you can see arrangement of particles in solids, in liquids, and in gases. So particles in solids are closely and tightly packed, that they do not have a single space or void between them, and they don't allow any other particle to enter inside them. Now the particles of liquid, they are somewhat loosened. See, somewhat space or void is between them. Void is called nothing but space. It has somewhat space, void between them. It allows the particles of gases or particles of solids to enter between them. Or other particles of liquid can also enter between them. Now particles of gas. Particles of gas are very loosened. They are in a very loose state. So gas can mix easily with anything as compared to solids, liquids, and gases. Now you can see this is a brick. It is a solid. It has a fixed shape. This is a liquid. This is a orange juice. It is a liquid. It takes the shape of the container in which we are pouring it. Now this is the balloon. It contains the air inside it. This is an example of hard or stiff stone. This is a solid. This is pouring of milk from one glass to another, and it is taking the shape of the glass. This is nothing but liquid, and in this flat bottom flask a chlorine gas is kept. Green color chlorine gas is kept. These were the examples of solid, liquid, and gases. Now while comparing the properties of solid, liquid, and gases, we can see that shape. First property is shape. Shape of solids is fixed, shape of liquids is not fixed, and shape of gases is not fixed. Okay, we have seen an example. Brick is having a fixed shape, but the liquid in the container which you are pouring, it takes the shape of that, so it does not have a fixed shape. And gases, neither they have fixed shape nor they have fixed volume. Now comparing about the volume, solids have fixed volume. As we have seen the brick has a fixed volume. Now liquids also have a fixed volume. How? When you are pouring the liquid in a container, in a glass or in a beaker, it acquires the volume of that container or beaker or any the item or utensil. But gases do not have fixed volume. Now compression means दबाव, किसको दबाया जा सकता है. Can solids be compressed? No, solids cannot be compressed. Can liquids be compressed? Yes, liquids can be compressed somewhat, but not much. Can gases be compressed? Yes, gases can be compressed easily. Example, you are having a balloon in your hand, and you can compress it easily as you want. So gases are compressible, liquids are not much compressible, and solids cannot be compressed. A brick cannot be compressed. Brick को दबाया नहीं जा सकता, balloon को दबाया जा सकता है. Density, high density. Solids have high density, liquids have moderate dense, and gases have low density. Filling of container. Solids do not fill their container completely, because when you are putting a bricks in a container, some space is there left. It does not fully fill the container. Now liquids do not fill their container completely. How can you say that? When you are pouring a glass of water in a glass, whether you fill it up to the full space, means up to the full level you pour it, but somewhat level of water will be still remaining, and therefore liquids cannot fill the container completely. Now gases fill their container completely. Now you can see that any empty container or any empty vessel or any empty utensil is, if it is empty, is it empty really? No, it is not actually empty, because in the utensil or in the vessel, if anything is not there, but still air is present there, so gases can fill their container completely. Fluidity. Solids do not flow, simple. Liquids flow easily. Yes, liquids can flow easily, but some liquids will be there that do not flow easily. Do curd is also somewhat solid plus liquids. Can it flow easily? No, somewhat viscosity is there. Gases can flow more easily. Okay, so see, water takes the shape in which container you are putting. This is a beaker, this is a glass tumbler, this is a conical flask, and this is a flat bottom flask. It takes the shape in whichever utensil or apparatus you are pouring the water. Now similarly, the shape which you are giving to the balloon is dependent on the pre-shape which is given to the balloon, and as soon as you fill the air, it acquires that shape. Gas or air can go wherever it wants. Air is present everywhere. Now how to differentiate between the solids, liquids and gases? The spaces between the particles. The spaces between the particles. If the spaces between the particles is not there, it is said to be solid, and the spaces between the particles is somewhat there, it is called liquid. And if the spaces between the particle is so much, the particles are far apart, it is said nothing but air or gas. The force of attraction, second point, the force of attraction between the particles. The force of attraction between the solids is more, between the liquids is moderate, and between the air particles or gaseous particles is so much less. The amount of movement of particles, that is kinetic energy of particles. Now in solids, the particle does not move, or if they move, it will be very slight movement. But in liquid, the movement will be somewhat there. Somewhat movement will be there. And in the gaseous particles, there will be much more movement. The particles will be moving from one place to another. That's why air goes from one place to another.